Welcome to AP Physics Podcast. This is question number 25 from homework number 1, chapter 13. We're asked to compute the magnitude and direction of a gravitational field at point P, which lies on this perpendicular bisector right here. We are r away from the line that connects them, and each mass is mass m. So if we took a look, our gravitational field would point along this line right here, and it would point along this line right here. For this one, those two lines are the same length, and this forms a right triangle here because this is the perpendicular bisector. So this side right here is the square root of r squared plus a squared. Now they're the same mass and they're the same distance away, so that we know that the gravitational field from the top mass is equal to the gravitational field from the bottom mass, which is equal to g times m over this distance squared, which is just r squared plus a squared. Now we can see that one's pulling this way and the other is pulling this way, so our vertical components cancel out. And so we're left with just our x components. Okay, so gy is going to equal g1y plus g2y, but those are adding to 0. Okay, so g in the x direction then is going to be our g1 times the gx1 is g1 times the cosine of angle theta, all right, which is this one right here, angle theta. And we're going to multiply that, well, our overall g in the x direction will be equal to gx1 plus gx2, which will just be equal to 2 times gx1, since gx1 and gx2 are the same thing. And let's see, this is going to be in the negative I hat direction. So we should take a look at cosine of theta. Cosine of theta is going to be our opposite divided by our hypotenuse. So it's going to, our adjacent divided by our hypotenuse. So it's going to be r divided by our hypotenuse, which is the square root of r squared plus a squared. So what that means is that our gx1 is gm over r2 plus, or r squared plus a squared times r over the square root of r squared plus a squared. Okay, and we're multiplying that by 2 to get our overall g. So 2gx is equal to 2gx1, which is equal to 2 times that. This is essentially this squared. So if we multiply across the bottom there, we're going to get a bottom of r squared plus a squared to the 3/2, and we will have 2mgr. And that's in the I hat direction, so we need a negative sign out front. So our overall g is equal to that right there. So this object will get pulled to the left with a magnitude of this right here.